All right, second graders. So, during the next few weeks, we will be doing a lot of writing about what you are reading, or what we like to call a reader response. You may want to start a journal or organize your sticky notes while you read to help you collect information about the characters. This will help you write about what you have read. We're going to check out the next couple of slides for a model on how to do your best second grade writing. So, we're going to start with the question up here. Who is the main character in your book? What are you learning about your character? And how do they act? Before I begin, I'm going to go back to my stop and jot notes to review what I have read. The next two slides are the notes I took while reading Frog and Toad, and these are going to help me answer my question. So, these are notes that we've seen before. So, if I'm reviewing what I know about Frog, Frog likes to visit Toad. He seems like he wants to help Toad, and he's encouraging Toad to clean his house. Toad, on the other hand, does not like to do his chores. He seems lazy and would rather stay in bed, but once Toad got up, he seemed happy that he had cleaned his house. I'm going to use my notes on how characters respond to a problem as well. So the problem in the story is that Frog and Toad wanted to fly a kite, but the kite wouldn't stay in the air. Toad's response to the problem: Toad got upset and wanted to give up. Frog's response to the problem was Frog encouraged Toad to try different strategies to get the kite to fly. And the solution was, with help from Frog, when Toad persevered and tried running, waving, jumping, and shouting, the kite finally stayed up in the air. So again, these are notes that we've already seen, and I'm going to use these notes to help me answer the question. So I'm going to start with the first two questions here. Who is the main character in your book, and what are you learning about your character? So for this question, I'm going to focus just on Frog. So I'm going to take my notes here that are bulleted, and I'm going to turn them into a complete sentence. So, Frog is one of the main characters in my book. I learned that Frog has a best friend named Toad. Frog is a helpful friend to Toad. So again, I'm answering the first two questions in this sentence here. I took my bullet points and I put them into a complete sentence. Now I have to answer the last question: how do they act? So again, I'm going to take what I know from my notes and I'm going to put them in a complete sentence here. Frog has a positive attitude and encourages his friend not to give up. Frog acts like a good role model to his friend. Now I have it all together. So my questions are: who is the main character in your book? What are you learning about your character? And how do they act? So my final response would be: Frog is one of the main characters in my book. I learned that Frog has a best friend named Toad. Frog is a helpful friend to Toad. Frog has a positive attitude and encourages his friend not to give up. Frog acts like a good role model to his friend. So when you are doing your reading responses, I want you to use your notes to help you answer the question, because that's what good writers do.